everybody, welcome to another pregnancy update. I'm 33 weeks and 1 day pregnant today and I'm feeling pretty good still. I have noticed a little bit more discomfort this week just in my sort of pelvic region. I've been having a lot more ligament pain and also just some general sort of grumbliness from my pelvis, I suppose. Mostly on sort of the pubic bone and also on the sacrum, so the very lower back where that sort of hard flat area is. And I'm assuming that this is just as a part of the pregnancy progressing, baby's getting bigger at this point and heavier, and also my hormones will just be really gearing up for labour and birth now, so I'm probably experiencing a lot more relaxing at the moment. But honestly, the achiness is not that bad. I also get some achiness sort of just like in the hip joints. I have been trying to figure out baby's position a lot lately, just because the other night I was having Braxton Hicks like back to back quite intensively. They were quite strong, and it was interesting to see the shape of my belly, but also where I was getting kicks that particular evening. Most of the time I experienced kicks on my right hand side over here, but I was actually experiencing them more centrally and even over onto my left, which made me think that perhaps it led me to think that baby had actually moved. But I was also getting kicks right down the middle of my belly as well, which prompted me to wonder whether he was actually back to back. I'm not really sure. I can show you the pictures of what my belly looked like. I have no idea what that is out the side, but actually I think that now he's moved again and he's back to where he was. So his sort of spine is down my left side more or less, and I've got feet again over here. His movements have been really strong. He's been really regular. He's been keeping a really good schedule actually in terms of being awake and then being asleep, and I'm able to keep track of it. I don't feel huge. My bump doesn't feel really tight as I was warned it may do. I don't know if he's any lower down really. I mean, I know I said last week that I thought my bump looked different and that he was lower, but honestly I'm not terribly certain. I have been giving a huge amount of thought to where and how I want to give birth. Basically, I know that because I'm a VBAC, my consultant and midwife would very much like it if I was on the labour ward at my local hospital. However, I think that being on the labour ward is going to make me feel quite anxious, so at this point in time I'm actually going to petition to be on the birth centre, which adjoins the labour ward. So transfer time is very short if I needed to be transferred to the labour ward. Or indeed surgery for a C-section. And it also led me to think about actually if that hospital is the right place for me to give birth in. So I found a really good resource, and I'll link it below, but I'll also just give a link here in the video. It's something I didn't know about until yesterday, and it was really helpful. It's called Which Birth Option, and this is the same Which that does Which Best Buy, like for washing machines and such. They actually do Which Birth Option and Which Birth Choice. It allows you to not only look up what facilities are local to you and the choices that you have, but also it allows you to compare things like medical intervention rates at that hospital, or C-section rates, VBAC rates, things like that. Compare birth centres with each other in terms of the facilities that they have, but it doesn't allow you, it doesn't really have the capability to compare a birth centre with a hospital, so you kind of have to go in knowing roughly what you think you might want. So I've been giving a lot of thought to my birth plan. I haven't actually written my VBAC birth plan yet, but something that I have done today is I've actually written a caesarean birth plan, which is not something that I thought I would do, but it was something that it occurred to me would be useful to do if, in the event that I do need a C-section, you know, what would I actually want? And, you know, in the instance that a C-section is performed in circumstances where time is not of the essence, and actually we do have time, and it's not an emergency, then what would I want? Obviously, emergency you know, sometimes that has to happen quickly and you don't always get the things that you want. Hi baby, are you okay? Good lunch? Nice out in the garden? Yeah.
It's a bit cold out there.
It is a bit cold out there today, yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be cold. I thought it was warm.
Well, it's just because you've been running around outside all day.
I never thought that you could use that camera for school.
It's clever.
It's a new one.
Yeah, just be careful of the tripod and everything.
Mommy.
Good boy. Well done.
Oh, lovely lunch. Thank you.
Aw, you're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. So this is my cesarean birth plan. It's about 1.5 pages. I actually got most of it from a plan that I found on the internet, and then I just altered it to sort of fit the things that I specifically wanted or want. It's probably a little bit long, but it is just a first draft, so I'll probably go back over this at some point. With regards to placenta encapsulation, I'd be really grateful for any recommendations of companies within the UK that will do this, that's perhaps not too expensive. I've looked at one that was about £200 for placenta encapsulation, so I guess that's sort of my reference point at the moment. So I think that's everything that I want to cover in this video. I will just show you a shot of the belly and then wrap it up. 33 weeks. I tried to find old photos last week of my pregnancy with Leo, but I wasn't able to find a good one. So, 33 weeks. I don't know whether this is as low as it was last week, but I guess we will have a look and see. Yes, still looking good. The outie that so many of you enjoy. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this 33-week update. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with another one next week. If you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below and I'll get back to you. There should be other videos coming out. It's been Easter holidays, so I've been a little bit more busy than I normally would be, and I haven't had as much time, but things should resume as normal next week. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video really soon.
Bye, I love you guys.